and we are sitting in our car. We're on nearly to Donner's Summit.
Yep.
And we are in a whiteout blizzard. So I'm going to show you what we're looking at.
Believe it or not, it's actually kind of calmed down. Oh no, this is
as the whiteout happens. Wow.
Yeah, so there's many vehicles stranded out here. And the snow, you can't tell how hard it's snowing. It looks just like blowing snow from a blizzard, but it is dumping snow right now. And the snow's really starting to pile up between cars. Of course, plows can't get in here. No telling how long we're gonna be out here.
There's, I would say, thousands of cars.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, yeah, that's a safe guess. So let's see what we can see. We were better off earlier because we were next to a semi, Frito-Lay semi, so we would have plenty of snacks. But anyways, this is what we do. If you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with what the kind of content that we provide, Jonathan Petramala, this is WX Chasing. That's his YouTube page if you want to check that out as well. A lot of good video. We travel the country and we cover extreme weather. So we are prepared for this. We have all our clothing, all our survival gear. We have plenty of gas in our truck. And so we're fine. This is going to be fine. Now, again, there's thousands of cars up here. I saw part of the reason why this is shut down is because there are cars that somehow made it past chain control, which they have a roadblock set up on Interstate 80 before you cross over Donner Pass, and they tell you, do you have chains? And they check. And somehow a two-wheel drive like Prius did not have chains. And so he was blocking one of the lanes. And he got out and he had like a t-shirt on, shorts, and like flip-flops. And so eventually I was able to kind of push him out and get him past the thick stuff and get him on the way and open up a lane for a police officer trying to get up, because apparently this wouldn't just be cars being stuck. This is most likely on we're getting to the summit. So on the other side of the summit, it goes down. And so I'm describing this. I'm going to show you what's looking out of our window here. But essentially there's a downhill decline just right past the summit, and that's where a lot of problems happen, especially with semis, because they gain speed and they jackknife. We saw it yesterday. It closed down the interstate for several hours yesterday, and that happened likely today, where the semi blocked traffic. Then it reduces momentum for all the other semis here, and then they get stuck even if they have chains. It doesn't really matter. Good drivers are really the only ones. Good drivers, good equipment's the only ones who can get over in these conditions. People are like, why are thousands of people coming over Donner Pass, Brandon, at this time in the middle of a blizzard? Why is that? We know why we're here.
People ignore the weather. People traveling look at what the weather's going to be like where they're going, and they look at what the weather's going to be like where they are, but not in between.
Yeah.
But I mean, anytime you're crossing a mountain pass, you should probably take that into consideration.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you. I talk to a lot of people that are stuck usually, and they don't have a clue.
Have no clue what they want.
No clue what's going on up here. And this is, I mean, this storm's really just getting started in terms of snowfall. This has been a really windy storm. There's been blizzard winds since yesterday evening. So that's not anything new. There's a lot of questions I've seen. I've had a post go pretty viral on another platform, and a lot of people are asking, why was the interstate open, Brandon?
Well, what was I saying at lunch today?
Brandon was saying, because we have a lot of experience driving over this in storms, and he was like, I'm surprised it's open because the visibility was really bad earlier, and there was a lot of snow and really strong winds. I mean, we're in a blizzard warning.
Yeah, so I've been covering storms up here for 7 or 8 years, and I mean, I even go down when it's closed down, since I've got credentials that let us through, and I've been on I-80 when it's closed down, not nearly this bad, and of course it's worse now, but about noon to 3-4 o'clock today, I was really surprised it was open. Normally they're a little careful, sometimes too careful, but they do a fantastic job of keeping this thing clean for the amount of snow it gets. I mean, any other place in the country would just be overwhelmed.
Yeah, Caltrans does an amazing job. Like they have the best equipment up here. I mean, massive tractors, like road graders, front end loaders, excavators, snow blowers. I mean, they got everything you could possibly want, plus regular plows. And so you got to also imagine commerce. You see the semis. I mean, this is a very busy east-west corridor between San Francisco all the way east towards Reno and beyond. And so it costs a lot of money to close this thing down.
Yeah, and all day yesterday we're kind of like, okay, this storm's really underperforming, but
from a snowfall perspective, it was
yeah,
underperforming.
But kept saying over and over again, all it takes is like 10 minutes to change things on I-80 because it can get bad really fast, of course, in the mountains. And when you have this happen, and you're just on the beginning of the bad part of the weather, so timing's everything when they close these things, and
they usually push it right to the edge. Yeah. And I think what happened today is that they were trying to keep this open until dark because it was just good enough. There weren't as many problems. They were getting people over and over. And then right around dusk, that's when it happened. And that's when everything really started to shut down, literally as the sun was setting up here. And so at that point, now you're dealing with a big problem because it's really, I mean, honestly, it's a race against time right now because if they don't get this clear, there's so much snow falling, cars are going to start getting buried. And that, there's no exaggeration here. There's no hype. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. And so at that point, what do? You're going to have to go car by car because you can't get a plow through here. You can't clear this road. So there's just more and more snow falling. And that's it.
Yeah, if it gets like it did in Buffalo in the 2022 blizzard, they'll be getting all these cars out with forklifts.
Now, if you guys want to know a funny anecdote to today, I was supposed to be on a flight to the Southern Hemisphere, to Argentina, literally today for a birthday trip. And this storm came in the forecast. And so we, of course, are going to come. I mean, this is going to be massive. My goodness, it just gets to a whiteout. It's crazy. And wow, I could have been in summer, Brandon. Or I guess fall. It would be fall down there right now.
It would be not this.
It would be not this. Somebody asked in the comments if I'm from California. No, I actually grew up in Colorado, and now I live in Florida. So it's 80 degrees and sunny in Florida. That's what I left. But again, we come up here a lot. And so we have a lot of experience here. I've been up here since 2019, covering for different networks. And so this is not super unusual, but this kind of blizzard wind is pretty unusual up here. It doesn't happen like a lot. You get a lot of big time snows, but blizzard winds pretty different.
And look, you get a lot of huge gusts. I mean, I've been up here in storms that had 180 mile an hour gusts at some of the peak at the top of the summits. But to have this type of wind for this long of a duration is just really rare.
Yeah. Somebody asked how long we've been up here. We got up here around 5, I would say. That's when we got stuck. A little after 5. So
yeah, we left.
3 hours.
We were actually on the summit on Donner Pass Road.
So this is I-80. Before I-80 was built, there was US 40. US 40 goes from New Jersey all the way here to California, and that used to be the only way to get across, like one of the main roads. And then they built I-80. But so that's where we were. We were at the very tippy top, 7,100 feet above sea level there at Donner Summit, and we were shooting some of these insane gusts. And we're talking what, 100 mile an hour?
Yeah, there's some 100 mile an hour gusts.
I would say, yeah, definitely 100 mile an hour gusts up there at Donner Summit. So then we were coming down because we had to make a decision. Are we going to spend the night up here in our car, or are we going to get down to Truckee and lower elevations and then go from there and continue our coverage? So we made the decision to try and get down because...
So we chose both.
Yeah, we chose both. We tried to go down, but again, we have all our gear, and we're prepared for this. We have about 3/4 of a tank of diesel. We're in a diesel truck specifically for this storm. So we're good for now. I mean, we're going to be good. We're going to, again, we have more experience than most people, but I mean, conditions are wild. So I did see it, like there were 3 or 4 road grader type plows that went down the interstate. And what they usually do is they help to pull or push. So they'll hook a chain up to these semis, they'll push them, they'll give them momentum to get them out of the way. They'll just, they're trying their best to clear this as best as possible. But again, and I'll have video, and I'm going to have a full video on my page as soon as I can really work on it. You're going to see some of these. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're idiots coming up here in a two-wheel drive Toyota Prius. Like, what are we doing? And then like how selfish that is, not just for yourself to get stuck, but you literally are causing thousands of people behind you to get stuck. So it's more about you. But again, we live in a world where, I mean, do we really think about that? And I can tell you that kid didn't.
Dude, there's so much hype in weather that people start ignoring it. This is what happens.
That's true.
Same thing happened in Buffalo. It was this huge bravado going into the storm. No, it's Buffalo. We do this all the time.
Well, and again,
this storm's different.
And again, yesterday, the storm didn't dump a lot of snow. It was like 20 inches of snow up here.
Yeah.
Which was,
started talking about it underperforming. And
it was a bust. And so people gained confidence. They're like, oh, we can make it up to go skiing. I mean, I think that's a lot of people here. Other people trying to make it over to Reno. And
a lot of
semis, that's normal. So again, they just kept it open just a little bit too long. And it bit us in the butt. So we are almost to Boreal, the ski area. If you guys know where that is, Castle Peak. Is that Castle Peak?
Yeah, Castle Peak.
Yeah, Castle Peak. So we're close to there. We're not quite there. That's the section of I-80 where we are. And again, we've been here now sitting for about 3-4 hours. 3 hours. I'd say 3.5 hours.
Editing video.
Shooting video.
Yeah, shooting video.
I mean, because it just keeps changing, keeps getting more dramatic. I mean, there's some incredibly dramatic shots that we have of just the wind and the power. And we're in a big truck, and I mean, it's pushing us. It's wobbling the truck back and forth. So, what do you think? Should I get out and show people? Gear up?
Yeah, if you want to gear up.
All right. Leave your camera in hand. I'm going to walk around a little bit outside with you. So you can get
my window.
Get an idea. I'm just going to kind of make a loop. We're not going anywhere. I have the proper gear. It's fine. This gets boring. Find it. There it is. All right.
You want to watch me get dressed?
I'm layered, most importantly, when it comes to cold weather. Again, I grew up in Colorado, guys, so I'm not just a Florida boy. What is it, baklava? Is that what they call that?
Yeah, balaclava.
Balaclava. You don't want any exposed skin?
Here, use my goggles. They're clear. Clear. Supplies, yeah. Can't see it. The temp there right now is 27.
You have goggles?
Yeah, right here. This is, I'm serious, this is like really calmed down from what it was earlier. Every now and then we're getting a gust now, but there's convective bands, like almost like thunderstorms. Actually, one had a tornado warning.
We had a tornado warning just close to where we are.
Yeah, so that steam moved up into the mountains and just produced insane snow. And as those storms come in, it gets gustier, and then when they go away, it just gets gusty.
All right. So we're good. Got the gloves. Got everything on. Let's go out. I'm gonna take the phone. Let's do this. All you're gonna hear is wind. You're not gonna be able to hear me, so I don't think you're gonna care, but I want to give you an idea. I think we're fortunate that it is blowing parallel with the interstate. And so that's helping to maybe keep some of the snowfall totals. But you can see how it's drifting right here. So that's going to be a problem. The longer we all sit here, the more snow is going to build up. So some cars have just turned their car off. They're trying to conserve gas. Yeah, we got this F-250 diesel, so we should be good. But I mean, this is what you have for miles that way and miles that way. Yeah, we have really good cell phone service in this part of the pass. A couple of miles that way, though, you lose service completely. So this is actually pretty nice. But again, you can see the drifting happening. This is from a plow path that was made obviously hours ago. But again, what I get concerned about is how that snow drifts. Yeah, there's a semi that got jackknifed a couple of miles up. You know where the decline is on the pass? That's what happens. It got jackknifed, it blocked traffic, and then you have a lot of cars without four-wheel drive and chains blocking traffic. You have semis that have lost momentum, so they're blocking traffic as well, because that's one of the most important parts for a truck, especially to go up the pass. They need momentum, and if they lose it, then this is what happens. So we'll be here for a little while. Conserve gas. Do you have any supplies or anything? Yeah. It's going to be several hours at least. And it's a rush because we have a lot of snow coming. And the longer we sit here, the more snow builds up, you know? So even if you have a good car, a four-wheel drive car or a truck, a lot of people don't. They just have cars. So where are you coming from? Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Okay, what's it? It's a couple of miles, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say at least 5 miles, if I were going to guess.
Can need some tow trucks or something.
Well, the plows came through a little while ago. And so what they're doing, they're the road graders, and so they help to push, they help to pull. But you got to imagine, there's got to be hundreds of trucks stuck right now. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Stay warm. How far back are you? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yep. So he's a local from Yuba City. He knows what's going on. I don't even think this guy's in his. There he is. When I talk to you guys, are you able to actually hear me? We're right around 7,000 feet, I would say, right here. Oh, thought somebody was tapping on me. Hey, man. Yo. What's up? No, we're good.
No water?
No, we have water.
Yeah.
Do you need water?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go grab a bottle.
Okay.
Okay. We don't have a ton of water, but I can give them a bottle. you have a bottle of water? Where that is, it's right there. Just give me one. Somebody needed it, so I'm gonna give them one. And we got like four left. All right, there you go. And again, guys, this is what I do for a living. So I report for different networks and provide video. So we're used to this. This is what we're prepared for, but I honestly don't know why a lot of people are driving.
That's good.
Thank you, sir.
De nada. Where are you guys coming from?
Venezuela.
De Venezuela?
Yeah.
Primera vez en nieve como ese?
Sí.
Ya, sí. ¿A dónde vas?
Reno?
Reno?
Yeah.
Okay. ¿Tienes cuatro sillas o ruedas?
No.
No. ¿Dos? ¿Tienes cadenas? ¿No tienes cadenas? ¿Puedes mover? Sí. Ok. Está cerrado hace 5 millas, quizás. Camionetas no pueden mover. Sí, sí. So. Ok. Buena suerte. ¿Tu gasolina es buena o no?
Yeah.
Ok. Sí. Cuidado con tu gasolina.
Yeah.
Es más importante aquí.
Yeah.
Ok. All right. Gracias. Adiós. All right. So these guys are, they're coming from, they're Venezuelan, which I can't imagine. These guys are Venezuelan, stuck. I just gave them a bottle of water. They don't have anything. And why would they have any way to prepare? I don't know what Spanish language news is saying about this, but and again, we have like 4 or 5 bottles of water left, but we're good. We can give one away. Worst case, train tracks are right over that. There it comes. And over on that side, westbound, which is clear. It's just the eastbound. And again, this is I-80, Interstate 80 over Donner Pass. We're just getting towards Boreal, the ski resort, or I think Castle Ridge, Castle Peak. And so we're about 7,000 feet in elevation. We're obviously in the middle of a blizzard. A semi truck or several semis either jackknifed or just got stuck up ahead. And so we've been here for about a little over 3 hours waiting. There's thousands of cars here. Definitely hundreds, probably thousands. And I can tell you, a lot of people like these guys did not prepare. They don't have 4-wheel drive. They don't have chains. When I asked them about tienes cadenas, that's chain in Spanish, and they do not have those either. And when there's chain checks at lower elevations, you know, these guys most of them are not speaking Spanish. And so if you don't speak English, there's a lot of confusion. And I've noticed that as well from another driver who had a Prius, a 2-wheel drive Prius, didn't have chains either, got stuck. So this is going to be the problem, okay? It's not just the semis that when they lose momentum, they're not going to be able to go. This is going to be a problem too, because the more we sit here, you can see the snow builds up. And so a 2-wheel drive is going to have some problems, especially a driver from Venezuela. They don't have snow like this and likely don't have the experience driving in it. So it's going to be a problem. There's going to be a lot of chaos here. And we're just getting started. There's hope. California, Caltrans, the transportation department here. They're really good. So there's hope we're going to get cleared sometime tonight, but it's going to be tough because there's predictions of 5 to 10 feet tonight here. Tonight, just by morning. So a lot of people probably need to go to the bathroom, even if they have food and water. So that's going to be a problem. There's problems.
Checking in. Hotel California over here.
I think it froze. I think my phone froze. Oh, there we go.
Here, hotel.
Yeah.
What's it doing?
That's good.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah. Just give me 1 second to unburden myself.
Here, welcome to my shirt.
I'm doing what?
Just trying to clean it off my shirt.
Ooh.
There we go.
Those guys are from Venezuela. In a two-wheel drive. They don't have chains either.
They got mountains there, though.
Yeah, but snow like this. They got rainforest mountains. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so there we go, guys. Let's see if there are any questions. That backup battery, phones and stuff. So this is a pretty well equipped truck. Again, here's the thing. Let me explain something to you guys and what we do. We prepare for this. This is like something that we expect. We plan for chaos. And so
If it goes more than a week, we'll start getting hungry. If
it goes more than like 2 or 3 days, I'll get hungry. 3 days. I can say 3 days up here. Yeah, I can say 3 days up there. Again, and I have to dig a hole in that snowbank up there to go to the bathroom. It's just that, you know, we got good on diesel.
Your T-Mobile drops out, we've got Verizon. Verizon drops out,
Yeah.
it all comes down to it. I've got a Starlink in the back. So it's like really, really prepared.
Yeah, so again, we have different types of cell phone service to be able to use, and we have Starlink just in case for communication purposes as well. So, I mean, this is just what we do. So, but like we just saw, car full of Venezuelan guys. They just, you know, they're not watching the news. They're not. Who knows the messaging they're getting in Spanish news? And then they drive in just a few miles up from Sacramento, and this one is going on. There we go. I was trying to switch the camera for you guys. There we go. And again, not trying to be arrogant about our preparation and stuff, but we do a lot of planning
We're
here.
saying don't be concerned about us.
Yeah, be concerned about a lot of people up here. Like, I mean, I'm being honest. You should be. They should have concerns. That's the legitimate, like, worry. I mean, we knew. I literally canceled a trip to South America on Tuesday. No.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah. So, I mean, what day is today? Friday? Thursday?
Yeah,
Friday? Sorry, guys, we work so much that it's hard to remember days. So, yeah, it's Friday.
Also, this is the nighttime stuff. The daytime stuff is you can actually see just how intense these winds were. It was going ballistic this afternoon before we drove down I-80, and honestly, we were coming down I-80 just to go ahead and drop down. That way, we didn't have to get stuck at night. It was daytime when we got stuck. And we're not stuck. Everybody else is stuck.
Yeah, I mean, we were fine. We're just trapped. We're trapped in a maze, literally. And that's what happens up here. If you haven't seen video, or if you have from my channel, you can check it out. Soda Springs, there's neighborhoods up here that have like literal mazes of snow just like this. You can't see. Last year, it was well above cars, and it's getting to that point now, and it will after this storm. So, you feel like a mouse sometimes.
Yeah, if you find our weather interesting, check out our channels. Mine's WX Chase
And that's all one word, WX Chasing. Yeah, and of course mine, you're on it. You know where to find me. Subscribe, like, all that stuff.
You'll see the videos we put together from earlier today. It's compelling video. People just don't expect this in California.
This is California, though.
Yeah, I love California weather.
Marty's from Tampa Bay, it looks like, 70 degrees. And I'm from St. Pete, so there we go. I wouldn't mind that right now. Always keep a large coffee can with a lid. Hey, what's this? Our car's moving?
Coffee can with a lid. I'm not going to have to.
Nope.
They're probably getting their heat going.
Or they're asking to back up.
3 or 4 people freaking out.
We might be moving, guys. And honestly, if we do move, we will lose service when we get over past Castle Peak. That's just the reality. So Caltrans does have their chain checks way down below. Again, I think there's a language problem because one of the drivers I talked to, Asian, I don't know what language he spoke, but didn't really understand what I was asking and what I was trying to help him with to get him unstuck. And then those guys, Venezuelans, speak Spanish. They definitely didn't understand the instructions of what was happening, but Caltrans just trying to move traffic, you know. Those guys down there, it's like it's not their problem, I think. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of that's the attitude I get. Some of them are a little more strict than others.
They're too strict. The traffic backs up forever.
Yeah.
More problems.
Yes. It's a balancing act, and some people just can't balance as well. So, let's see. Yes, there is an accident somewhere up there. I'm looking at the comments. Coffee can with a lid for, I guess, to the bathroom. Yeah, bathroom, or I guess melt snow. I'm a guy, so I can literally just go next to the truck. So I'm good.
Just melting snow.
Snow might have gotten into my phone if I sound muffled. Audio check. Believe it or not, there was a lot of snow in my phone. Sorry guys, thanks for letting me know. Can you hear me now? It wasn't me covering the mic, it was the water in my phone from the blizzard. So, can you hear it?
Which is ripping right now.
Yeah, yeah. And again, everyone here should have expected these conditions. This was literally the forecast for days.
Well, ever.
And super hyped. Any of the networks you could have watched and you would have seen it was hyped. It's coming in and out, they say. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm blowing it out. Give me 1 second too. And that's the weather conditions, guys. It's not just me.
It may have been the heater too. It's probably better now. I just turned the heater way down.
How's that? Nice. Somebody asked why we're here, Brandon. And I think we've said, we work for weather networks and we cover this.
Yeah, so this is what we do for a living.
Yep.
Is cover weather. So.
Still muffled in and out. Well, I'm trying, guys. Sorry. Trying. Mother Nature. And it should give you a little more appreciation of us trying to get video up here and the stories we put together. That's the difficulty we deal with. And I mean, I wouldn't be using my phone to really shoot video. I'd be using cameras, but for this, I got to use my phone. So, can the past be closed in the future to prevent this dangerous situation?
It normally is.
So earlier today,
and it wasn't.
and Brandon has a really good sense of this. His sense on weather is why he's my partner. Like, he knows what's going on. And we were driving up earlier, and you were worried. You're like, how is this not closed?
I didn't say how it's not. I was just shocked it wasn't, because I've seen it. I've been over this thing while it's closed and empty and right out before. Try using the towel.
I did.
Blowing moisture on this problem can help.
Blowing it out. It blows out.
Does it?
Yeah, blows out too.
But yeah, so Earlier today, I saw it. I was like, this is the worst I've ever seen it open.
Oh no, you run into traffic jams and shepherd reporters. So somebody said they watch Reed and they watch Ryan Hall for weather. We're different guys. I don't really scream, for one, but also I'm a storyteller. So I actually am a journalist. I've been a journalist for 20 years now. And so I come out, I find stories, I talk to people, I show the impacts as well. Brandon is one of the best drone pilots on the planet, especially during weather events like this, and can make some incredible drone shots. If you see his page, WX Chasing, you'll see that. And so we kind of combine forces. And so, yeah, give our pages a chance if you can. You might be surprised. You might like our content and what we do. It's, again, different. Nobody else really kind of puts the stuff out there. Maybe like Hank.
Yeah, Hank.
But Hank focuses on
yeah,
tornadoes.
So we just, I don't know, to try and show what it's like. We don't do forecasting. We'll leave that to everybody else.
And we chase tornadoes too. It's personally not my favorite kind of weather. I like hurricanes. I like snow like this. I like blizzards. I like wind like this.
I like everything.
Brandon does. Brandon loves it. Tornadoes just are not my thing. I'll do it, but it's just It's too random, I think, for me. Now the skill.
A lot of driving. It's a lot
of driving.
A lot of driving. A lot of not a lot of action. And then when they happen, sometimes you go days without.
Somebody's asking to see what our views are like.
You can give them a view when it's a really good gust behind us.
And then your view.
Every time I roll it down, my whole glass gets covered.
That's true. Yeah.
We're not short on food, water, or equipment. We're running low on towels.
Yeah, so tornadoes, yeah, a lot of driving, a lot of forecast misses. I mean, it's a lot of skill for folks like Reed. I mean, Reed's made a career doing it. And it takes an immense amount of skill to be on so many of these really terrible tornadoes.
Yeah, and I've chased I chased blizzard with Reed in Buffalo. So Reed does a lot of everything too.
Yeah. Reed does some blizzards. He does some hurricanes.
He does forecasting, and it's more of he does a lot of live. We're in the moment. We're just kind of more. I'm more on the videography side. Jonathan's more of a storyteller. So we all have our different things.
Yeah.
That we do well and focus on that.
Yeah, Brandon again, great at drones, great at videography, great at getting in position, forecasting. I'm a journalist, so I'm a storyteller. I'm a writer, and I know how to grab the content with video. And so it's just different skill sets that we have. Somebody's asking, we spending a night on I-80? There's a good chance. So somebody asked about landscape. I would love to do that. And quite frankly, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
we literally tried. I think this is a new YouTube thing. They want more vertical videos. And
we both hate vertical videos.
And I'm seriously saying, like, I literally just watched a video that said something about a new feature from YouTube that they want vertical style lives.
I could put it through OBS on my laptop. We'd be stuck with a dash cam that doesn't move.
Have we moved? We've moved
Twice.
about twice for like maybe what, a quarter mile, half mile?
Yeah, a couple gaps opened up and we managed to kind of wiggle our way through, but
we're just trapped. We could move if we had space, we could get out of here. But
yeah, I would have to have at least another foot of snow on the road before I got stuck.
Yeah, and people are still saying sometimes the audio goes off. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I was outside in the blizzard. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Somebody talked about the Kentucky floods, New Hampshire. Yes, thank you. And the Sierra snow. Thanks for watching those. Only if the vertical chat is off. I don't even know what that means.
How do you turn it?
Let me look. Let me see if I can do it. I have no idea. Sorry, guys. This is literally the first time I've gone live on YouTube. I've never done it. And trust me, I would love landscape. I would prefer to shoot landscape. I hate vertical.
I could do landscape, but it would be on a fixed camera looking forward.
At least we could have some movement. And again, the winds seem to be dying down. No, they're still out there. And again, I really did want it landscape, but YouTube, I believe, has changed it. And there was no way. I mean, we tried so many ways. The only weather guys in the world reporting on Donner Pass. Yes. Lucky us. Turn the chat off. I'm going to try. All right. I'm going to try to turn the chat off. And hide all chat messages.
I can
Orientation is locked, it says. Show chat. I tried, and it said it was locked. Let me try it now. Nope, it's still locked. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna let this run just for a little while longer anyways, and then I'll try it later. Yeah, I gotta work. So, when you guys watch my channel, you'll see some more storytelling, and that takes a lot of time to figure out the interviews that I got throughout the day, the video, and then situations, kind of put it all together. It's a lot of video, and so, yeah, again, it's just a little bit different type of weather coverage that we do, and it just takes a little bit of time. Over 100 gigs, yeah, I believe that. We had a busy day. We had, from the get-go, we drove up the mountain, and then just actually literally right up the road here at Boreal, we had our first stuck guy of the day. He was with his toddler, and they wanted to go tubing over here, and they got stuck, so we had to tow him out, and we got another guy towed out, and then it just kind of kept snowballing, pun intended. And as I mentioned on a story I put together earlier for a network, I said, it's just kind of getting started, kind of like an avalanche. And the snowball had started to roll down the hill, and now it's a big boulder-sized snowball going down. It's an avalanche for sure. And conditions are just getting worse. We're getting heavier snow. The thunderstorms are coming up. I mean, we literally had a tornado warning just like as the crow flies 20, 30 miles.
Yeah, and it comes up in elevation. That warm air comes up the mountains into the cold air and just turns into heavy snow.
How far are we from the next gas station? Well, behind us, not far. 2 miles. But the problem is there's a lot of cars between us and the gas station. And honestly, that might be what they might try to do, is they might be taking cars off behind us, and that's how we might have to drive. We might have to reverse flow, contraflow on the interstate. It's the semis are not obviously going to be able to do that, but they can at least get cars out of the way. And once cars are out of the way, then they're going to move semis. We did that a few years ago, like 2021, down in Casco. That's what we did. Remember, we had to drive contraflow.
Yeah.
And so that's what they did.
We do it for hurricanes a lot too. So.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be a plan. Maybe. I mean, I'm not obviously in connection with them. I'm talking to you guys on YouTube. But
the
YouTube. But I think that's what's going to happen. That if this goes too much further, they're gonna be taking people off the back part of this backup and the cars and making to go back the other way, eastbound or westbound on the eastbound lane. And then the semis will eventually be pushed out by the plows and the big things. And so it looks like there's some more plows coming on the westbound. Those are just
earlier
plows.
There were Caltran people going east on the westbound lane, obviously to get around this. I don't know if they're helping move people. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, those are just plows. I think they're just.
When we came out here, we fully expected we were probably going to get stuck at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
trapped.
It's not really, trapped, but yeah, no, I mean, we're good. But again, there's so many people here that are not good, so this is a problem for them. No, that's a SUV, and there's a car full of Venezuelans. Somebody asked what that car is.
A 4Runner?
No, it's not a 4Runner.
The one in front of it is.
We have all-terrain tires on this truck. Again, this is a rental. We fly in. I don't think those guys are going to have much luck. It's two-wheel drive. There's more snow. That's going to be a problem. And they don't have chains. I asked them. So. And yeah, Jim, you better turn on the heater, dude. Sorry. Jim, the guy who got stuck earlier with his kid, cutest kid. You'll see him in my video that I put together. He's a highlight. And I'm like, why are you doing this? I was like, we didn't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people just say they just don't know. And that's just, I don't know. I think it's a BS excuse, but ask yourself before we get too judgmental here. When you travel, do you just check the weather exactly where you're going and where you're from, or do you check it in between? So if you're on a road trip, do you check in between point A and point B? I do, but I mean, clearly a lot of people don't. So it's a good question I would like to have answered. And people keep asking, where are we? Why are we here? Well, we're journalists and we cover weather, so we're here for a purpose. We're on I-80 in California, Donner Pass, and yes, that is named after the Donner Party. 1843, if my history is correct. They got stuck way over there in, by Truckee, California, just on the other side of the mountain of where we are. And they got stuck in October. It was a really snowy winter. 1800s, big time snows. All the ice for California used to be mined like right over here in a place called, now it's called Serenity Lakes. Back then it was called Ice Lakes, and there's another one down by Truckee. But now the lakes hardly ever freeze, especially down by Truckee. Is interesting. Please don't eat each other. We have protein bars, protein shakes, yogurt. I have a sandwich from yesterday that I'm hoping is still good, but now I'm kind of questioning.
It's in the door. It's good.
Yeah, so I have a ham and turkey sandwich from yesterday, and then I have some bananas.
So cheat storm, if you're ever covering winter storms, put your cold stuff in the door and act like a refrigerator.
Yeah, that is a cheat code. So all our drinks and stuff that we have, put it in next to the door because it stays cold. And also don't eat like stuff that's going to upset your stomach. Let's put it that way. Let's check out what's going on over here. The wind has definitely died down.
It's about to stop.
Oh, great. There it is. There we go. Wow. So somebody just said every American should know about Donner Pass. You'd hope so, but there was the news, I think Christmas time, they do like, oh, Christmas themed towns. And some news graphic had Donner Pass, thinking it's named after Donner the reindeer. That's a good meme to pass around. No alcohol on the train. We actually ran into some guys up on top of the summit, the other summit, over on Donner Pass Road earlier. They have there's a lake up there, and they have a cabin, and they have to snowshoe, I think, a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, third of a mile.
Third of a mile to get to it. And so
and the difference between a third and a quarter mile may not sound like much.
it is a lot.
Tonight.
But they had a toboggan and stuff, and they brought supplies, and they were well stocked with liquor. Let's put it that way. They're going to spend the weekend up there. Although one guy, so it was two friends from college. And again, this is a story you're going to see on my channel if you guys watch it tomorrow or the next day when I put it up. Probably tomorrow. And they met in college, Cornell, back in '89, business school. And they were, first time they'd connected in like 6 years, seeing each other in person. The friend in town from Boston, he's like, we don't get snow anymore, so they had to come out to California for the snow. And they got snow. No skiing, though.
Like when I was out there, I was shooting this crazy wind video, and all of a sudden there was this shadow that started coming. And I'm not talking like miles away. I'm talking 50 feet away. There's a shadow, and I was like, is it a person? And all of a sudden the wind stopped for a second, and I see this guy with frozen snot.
It's a really cool shot. It's a really cool, because I mean, that wind is ripping. You're talking about 100-mile-an-hour gusts at that point. Like, you know.
Yeah, and they were
Insanity.
As cool as could be, so.
Yeah, they were great guys. We actually towed their car out because they'd been there for a couple of days, so it was really encased in snow. And yeah, good times. So again, if you're just tuning in, which I appreciate it, thank you. All my friends tuning in here. We're on Donner Pass. That's I-80, and we're what, 4 hour drive west of us is San Francisco. An hour to our east is Reno.
Hour and a half to our west is Sacramento.
Hour and a half to our west is Sacramento. So it's a really big corridor for commerce. You can see a lot of semis, and believe it or not, semis don't do well in conditions like these, especially when they lose momentum. And that's what happened. Semi, we believe, jackknifed up ahead, and then bam. We do have a drone. And this is if there was any human being that could do it,
I could do it. I can't do it legally.
So yes, there's not 3 mile visibility. And could you do it in this wind?
Yeah, it would. So the sustained winds right now, I could fly it, maneuver pretty good. When you get these gusts, I'd have to get really fancy.
So if you don't believe me that he could fly in this wind, in this weather, go to WX Chasing, his page, after you're done with this live, of course, and watching this just enthralling coverage of us sitting in our truck, probably for hours more. We've been in here for 4 hours now. We moved maybe about a quarter of a mile. And so Caltrans, the transportation department here, they are working on doing their best to clear off what we see here. Let's see what's going on here. A lot of people have turned their cars off to conserve gas, which is good. Somebody had a good point. Horizontal, if you log in on the website. I'll do that next time. Again, this is my first time doing...
This was spur of the moment. It was like a lot of...
Yeah, it was like literally spur of the moment, because...
And we're bored.
Yeah. We don't really have a lot going on here.
Our other options were...
Smash the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you, Moondoggy. Hey, Canapali. I was just out there. How are you doing out there in Canapali? Do you guys know the Gemini boat? And yeah, we're close to the summit. I'd say about a mile, if that. Half a mile to the summit. Summit.
Yeah.
Castle Peak.
Half mile to quarter mile.
Yeah.
We're probably at 6,800 feet. 7,100 is a summit.
Yeah. Gas station, somebody was asking. Soda Springs is just behind us to our west, about a mile, 2 miles. But of course we can't get there. We're talking strategy to what we think is going on. The only thing, yeah, we've been kind of stuck up here, and I've been shooting a lot of video and working and stuff, but we saw 3 road grader massive plows go by, and they usually are really good about pushing semis, pulling them out of the way. But I think also part of the problem is there were so many cars that got through with just 2-wheel drive and no chains. Like, I mean, I've literally run into 2 on accident just walking up to them.
Yeah.
No chains.
Well, not only that, there was an accident too, so we don't know how that accident was. And as bad as the visibility was, it could have been numerous cars. So
somebody just asked, how long do you plan on being in Cali? I think that has a lot to do with what's going on ahead of us. I don't know.
Don't seem to matter at the moment.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have a flight tomorrow. Let's put it that way.
We do.
I don't. You do.
When's your flight?
Why are we wasting our battery wipers when there doesn't seem to be snow? Carla, come on.
Here.
Carla, what do you think that is?
I'll show you what happens when I turn my wipers off for a minute.
No, it was a whiteout. She said there's no snow. Are you out of your mind?
And the wipers don't have batteries.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Dagny. Appreciate you watching. How much fuel do we have left? 3/4 of a tank?
3/4 of a tank, diesel engine.
Diesel.
So I'm good for about 36 hours on this.
Yeah, that's safe. And could we be here in 36 hours? Yeah. Yeah. There's a possibility. And for those of you who are bored watching this, I mean, I could go back out in it, but then you guys can't hear me. So what's the point? And you're just going to see the same thing you're seeing. And you could rewind this video, I think, right? I don't know. Semi jackknife. Yeah, thanks, Stacy. I believe it was probably right on the decline part. And again, we're just right by Castle Peak, Boreal, the ski resort. If you look on a map, which is the summit essentially. Oh, you're good. Let those windshield wipers work. I'd rather be able to see.
No.
I guess you could step outside for a few seconds and run back. Nah, I just don't want to get the phone like full of snow again and then go through all that mess.
Here's the thing: if we weren't stuck here, and we're here tomorrow, and all these cars are here tomorrow, we'd be trying to figure out how to get here.
That's true.
So,
It'd be a FOMO situation.
Yeah.
We'd have the fear of missing out. I'll be honest. If we were down in Truckee right now, which is the next town down from where we are, we'd have FOMO. Because I mean, this is what we do, guys, and we want to be in chaos.
there will be stories.
And there's going to be a lot of stories, especially when daytime hits and I can get out more and talk to folks and
hopefully people can learn from the video we put together.
Yeah. So next time,
Or be in our next one.
well, or just watching this live, dude.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. How many people drove up here because they just, of course, we talked about it earlier. They don't look from point A to point B. They look at point A where they're going and point B where they're going.
The car in front of us has Colorado tags.
But do they look, the line between? What's that weather going to be? And then, of course, there's people like that car, not that car, but that car. Those guys from Venezuela, you think they've ever heard of Donner Summit? No. Definitely not. Yeah, so I think we're lucky in a way because the snow is the wind's blowing literally parallel with the interstate right here. It's still stacking up, but it's not stacking up if the wind wasn't blowing. Like as hard as it is. So that could be a good thing if they do eventually get this cleared, that people are going to be able to actually move.
But there's places where you don't have gaps coming up here, and it'll start drifting, and those will get buried, and then it'll start working.
I mean, it's already drifting in front of us. You can't see.
Yeah. Where there's cars in between the lines.
Yeah.
Up there. So,
yeah.
Or a car turns sideways, it'll start drifting up against them, and then all of a sudden those cars will get buried, and then you can't move those, and then that drift will start moving back.
How can we subscribe to you? You can
WX Chasing.
That's WX Chasing and me, Jonathan Petramala, which of course you're not gonna be able to spell that last name, but can't you just
Can you type it in there?
I don't know. Can I? Whoa. Can I chat? Top chat. Nope. I can't do it.
You know who can?
Brandon can. Brandon's gonna join. Winds are allegedly going to blow up to 150 miles. Is that an exaggeration? No, actually, I think I've seen 175 mile an hour report or something stupid like that on. But again, that's the peak, like the top of like some of the taller mountains. Here, I'm pretty confident in saying
where roads can get to.
Yeah, where roads can get to. What do you think the peak gusts are?
We had some today that were pushing 100. I mean, it started blowing debris around, and this right here, what you're looking at right now is 20 gusts and 25 gusts and to 50 maybe. A little earlier when we had some of the really big gusts, maybe some 60s mixed in. When we were up on the summit and it was peak winds earlier this afternoon, there was definitely some 90 plus and probably 100 plus.
And again, you're going to see that video. I was out in it because that's what I love to do.
Like it knocked people off their feet.
It almost knocked me off my feet. It pushed me down the interstate. Or down the Donner Pass Road. It pushed me down, like physically pushed me down.
Get off the pass.
And I'm a pretty big guy, so winds 175 last night. Yeah, that's what I thought. We've been sitting pretty much stagnant for 4 hours now and counting. 4 hours. So that's what I would say. Yeah, Pam. Yeah, hit the subscribe button. I don't know. I think you can do that from, and you guys have to let me know because again, this is the first time I've been live on YouTube. But I'm pretty sure like it would be silly that YouTube wouldn't let that happen, but I don't know. I mean, they didn't let me go horizontal, so who knows? How long do you think we're going to be stuck for, Brandon, if you're going to put a bet in right now at 9:09 p.m.?
Knowing how long it takes to get a couple cars out the way and how many cars are in front of us, we're going to be here a while.
I
can tell you what we won't do. We won't watch the sunrise.
Because we're not going to see the sun. That's true. Yeah, I fully expect to sleep right here. I
There we go. Just add it to the chat.
fully expect it. And Brandon, that's Brandon WX Chasing. If you see that, that is Brandon WX Chasing. So you can check out his page. I mean, the truck might be stuck for days. I'll walk.
Yeah.
I'll like walk right over there to westbound and just walk. I mean,
Hitchhike.
yeah, I'll just walk up the Soda Springs.
Ski.
You know what was yesterday? You know, my biggest regret of this. Whoa, there's a good one. Biggest regret of the storm yesterday. We got 3/4 of a tank of diesel, so we're good. So we're up Donner Summit, and sorry, I'll show my face a little bit because why not? I'm in charge. And what was I doing at that time? I was something. We're sitting here, and a car pulls up in front of us, and they have an Uber sticker. I'm like, what? And then I saw a phone in their windshield, and I thought, oh, they're just shooting video of the strong winds of where we are. And no, there was an actual Uber driver had dropped somebody off on the top of Donner Summit in the middle of the storm yesterday, which again, it's nothing like today, but it's still pretty significant. I mean, you got to tip your Uber driver like insane, right? Like,
Yeah, that would be.
so I didn't get out of the car in time to stop the Uber driver, and that's a crazy story, right? And even the passenger, I just didn't get out in time. I didn't have all my stuff on, and it was windy and cold, so I didn't get out. But that's my only regret of the storm so far. I don't regret being here. Some people might think that's crazy, but again, this is what we do. We would want to be here if we weren't here.
Yeah, if I was watching this video right now and I was not here, I'd be like, oh, what do I need to do to get there?
Yeah. And Shakespeare Cafe, yeah, I totally agree. We were thinking earlier, because I've seen it happen before in similar situations. Not a big storm, not as big of a storm like this, but still pretty big storm. It was like 2 years ago in January, I want to say, over Casco, which is behind coming up the mountain. And there was a pretty big backup. It was a little later at night though, so there's a lot fewer cars. Again, this all started right before dusk. And so you can imagine the number of cars that were on the interstate at that time, even though they shouldn't have been. But that's just the reality. Anyways, what they did was they reversed cars. Oh, some movement. A little movement. Inching. So they pulled cars back, and we ran contraflow. So we went westbound here on the eastbound lanes, and that's how they cleared the cars. And at that point, then they can get in and they can get these trucks moving and get them out of the way, and then they can plow the road, and then traffic can move again. So that is it. So guess who's having problems moving?
No, you don't say.
So if you were watching earlier, that car ahead of the semi truck is a car full of guys from Venezuela, and they didn't have chains, and they're in a 2-wheel drive SUV.
Oh, he's got it moving.
They got it moving. Good for him. I'm impressed that he got this far, first of all.
Yeah, because getting, like, look at this semi backing up right here on your right.
Let's see here. Let me show you. All right, so we're doing some sort of movement. That's good. Welcome to chaos, guys. You don't know what you're going to see. That semi was backing right into that car, and that car can't move back any further. Good times. All right. So I think that semi was just trying to get some momentum. That's what he was trying to do.
If we start moving,
Yeah.
I'll be shocked if we stop.
Yeah. No, we're going to move, but we'll probably stop. Hey, guys. Hey, new friends. And it is cranky. That is so much snow coming down. Thanks so much. Woo. Another whiteout.
Missile. Well, the good thing here is the snow cuts are 6 feet tall, and we have doors that will open up right to the snow cut, so it's like our own personal mud missile facility. Hopefully we'll get to that.
We were actually headed down to Truckee and then possibly Tahoe. The snow elevations, meaning snow is going to start falling more heavily at lower elevations. We're about 7,000 feet here. And so we wanted to go down to, first of all, not spend the night up here. But yeah. And this is Donner Pass, I-80. So that truck moving, that gave you a good example of how far we get. It's like very slow. We're just essentially trapped. We could move. We could get down the mountain if there weren't a few hundred cars ahead of us and semis that are not able to move.
Yeah, we were in Boston when they were supposed to get about 11 to 12 inches and ended up getting about 2 early this year, that first storm, and that snow rain line set up right over the city. Just north had a foot, but yeah, we miss covering weather in Boston. I love nor'easters. I know Jonathan does too, especially along the coast, but haven't really had a good one in what,
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. There was like a blizzard nor'easter, which was fun because you had the giant waves in Situate.
Yeah, that was one that was like a hurricane and really went under the radar.
Yeah, nobody paid attention, but it was super fun.
It was ripping.
All right, so I'm seeing some police lights. That's a change.
From Truckee, we're about 15, 17 miles. Oh, Jeremy, go check out my channel and look at the Buffalo, New York videos. Just click popular. They're at the very top.
We spent a lot of time there.
So I was there for the Buffalo Blizzard in December 2022 for the Christmas Blizzard, and then we're there for the Lake Effect event in November the same year. That November event, we had 8 feet in one day, in 24 hours. So yeah, we love Lake Effect too.
So yeah, people keep asking. Yes, we're in Northern California, in between Sacramento and Reno. And that's Interstate 80 you see out ahead of us and Donner Pass. So we're almost to the summit of Donner. Donner summit is 7,100 feet, and we're in the middle of a blizzard. It's been a significant blizzard. The winds have been really, really cranking. In this area, it does see some winds, but honestly, I would say the force and the duration has been surprising.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was forecast to be that, and it's certainly verified. I mean, I've been up here and I've seen.
Look at that.
Usually when we get some crazy gusts, it's 15, 20 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden this random gust comes out of nowhere, especially, so you have a lot of terrain here, a lot of mountains and valleys and canyons. So that the terrain, there's some areas that they're just more favorable to come in. But this has been widespread.
Good news, some moving.
Not our lane.
Yeah, but I think that seeing the flashing lights, I think, is a good sign, guys.
Gives you hope.
It gives me hopes. It makes it seem like they're getting that cleared. And I'll be honest, this is the most confident place for me in terms of relying upon like a CDOT or, transportation. These guys are really good here. Caltrans are really, really good, and they do a great job. So I'm pretty confident they're going to get us.
There's nowhere else in the U.S. I can't speak for some places like in Japan where they have tons of snow, or Italy in the mountains, but no place in the U.S. can clear snow like this place can.
No,
it's just the equipment they have is just off the charts.
And the experience.
I mean,
you're talking about guys that have decades doing it too. Like guys get earned Caltrans for a long time. Oh yeah! If you guys go to my channel. I released a video a couple of months ago, and up here in Soda Springs, there's a guy, he's 90 years old, and he is still plowing. He's up there. We saw him yesterday. Norm is a legend up here in Donner Pass, and he's still going. He has a little Bobcat that he has a snowblower on the front, and he still clears driveways and stuff. It's a really cool story if you want to have kind of just a unique, different kind of snow story. Please check that out. It's on my page. World's oldest snowplow driver. I think that's what I called it. Westbound 18 hours at the summit. Mike says. Mike Fegan, he was in a semi. Big crash in the snow from skiers going home. Yeah, Mick, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Mike. I think that this one was a semi. Mick, you'll know as you get past the summit, you go down that decline and there's the curve. If you're going too fast in a big rig, especially when, slick conditions and stuff, or really anything, it's pretty easy to lose control. We saw that yesterday before the snow really even started. Closed the interstate for hours. So it looks like the cop is telling people what to do. That's what the feeling I'm getting. That's the vibe.
You just saw blue lights and immediately thought,
Hey,
it's a cop. He's
the
telling
the
people
fact
what
that
to
we
do.
can see something happening is positive. Yeah, Caltrans can't even do this. But again, if there's experience, at least there's real experience.
And real equipment.
Yeah, so you know,
should see what
experts.
happens when it snows in Mississippi.
I think,
okay?
yeah. Expert gets thrown around too much. These guys are real experts. Like, they know what they're doing. They're not like the phony ones you hear on many news channels. These guys are good. Hey, thank you very much. Is it Simreet Cower? Thank you. That's really cool. I really appreciate it. That's really nice of you. Gave me super chat, 99 cents. That's cool. Thank you. So yeah, cars are moving, at least in the middle lane. I'm trying to think. All right, so that guy's, I don't know if he's stuck or is he just sideways? Or just trying to stop cars from moving. I could believe that guy's stopping people from moving, just to be a jerk. Hey, we're back. I don't know what happened. The super chat made it die.
It's snowing now. It's dumping snow.
Yeah, this is the heaviest snow of the storm, and then it's combined with the blizzard winds. So that's why I'm saying, like, we're kind of in a race against time. I said it earlier, to get going, because as the snow piles up, it's drifting for sure, and not everyone has a capable car that can get through it. So even if they weren't stuck before, when this all happened 5 hours ago, they're stuck now.
He said he doesn't see any snow.
No snow.
It's a good camera. You should say that. See right through it. All that there's no fog here. There's no dust.
Are you watching it on your computer? That's cool.
No, I don't know. All I see is the yeah, I see the dash. I think.
Yeah, that 99 cent, it shut down. YouTube couldn't handle it. They're like, no, that was cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. F5 refresh. Again, I'm on my phone, and that's why it's vertical. It's been a frustration point for me and many other people. That guy's clearing off the snow, getting prepared. I think there's some optimism, guys. I think we have some optimism.
Straight back.
I can't.
I'll help you.
Oh, thanks.
Sure window, not mine.
Gives you an idea. There's a lot of guys still. And we ran into this. Where did we run into this? We ran into it about like a mile from Soda Springs, going to the east. Was that what it was?
Yeah, it's probably about 4 miles of traffic backed up, assuming it was closed when we think it was. So if it wasn't, then
Are those squeegee guys working the interstate?
squeegee.
I know. I'll tell you this: if we were in Mexico, we would not have to worry about food. There'd be like vendors coming up and down, like selling snacks.
Cuba.
Yeah, or Cuba. Yeah, but no, definitely Mexico.
Stop in the middle of the freeway and buy some cheese. Some queso.
Some queso. Yeah, they did. I remember that. Yeah, in Cuba. Yeah, that's crazy. Am I seeing cars without chains? Yes, that's a big time problem. And you're talking about 2-wheel drive cars, not all-wheel drive. 2-wheel drive Prius stuck. I pushed him out personally. Like when this kind of just got started, I helped to push him out.
The car I was pushing out, I didn't have chains either.
Yeah, no chains. And then there were some guys up here that I gave a bottle of water to because they didn't have any water. They're from Venezuela, and they didn't have chains in a 2-wheel drive SUV. So yeah, it's a problem. And how do they get past Caltrans? Again, I think that they want to get people moving, and it's at a point where it's like, it's not my problem, you know? And I hate to say that, but that's just reality. Cell coverage, yeah, it does. Although when I get to the top and get on the downward slope, I lose service. So if we get to that point, I'll have to cut this off because it'll definitely lose service. Like, there's no doubt. So Brandon's clearing the ice and snow. Brutal. If you have any exposed skin, frostbite is not something that takes long to happen. That's real. Wish you guys had a Honda Element. No thanks. Yes, we're in a diesel. I mean, we specifically rented this diesel truck to handle Um, whoa! Hey, what's it like out there, Brandon?
I should probably put my jacket on.
That's the second time.
Second time.
You guys saw, if you were watching earlier at the beginning, I went out and geared up and showed, what do you need? Towel?
Might as well just hop in the shower.
It's wet. So he was just clearing the ice away from the windshield wipers so it can have a clear windshield. It's just something you have to do. No matter what you do, the snow is going to build up on.
And then I open the door.
Yeah. So then
Now I can't see
everything
the
sprays onto the windshield. And I'm going to have to do that same thing over on this side.
I need multiple towels.
But yeah, you guys saw earlier when I got out, it just got nasty. And then, of course, the snow got into the phone, and then nobody can hear it. So it's like, that's why I'm staying inside the truck at this point. How cold is it? Right now it says 27 degrees.
Wind
It's
chill of negative 27.
yeah, I can
It's
see
all
that.
about the wind.
Yeah, the wind's what gets you, especially with frostbite. That's what the dangerous part is. Yeah, Andrew. I mean, this is Donner Pass, named after the Donner Party. They got trapped in the 1840s. And this is snow. This isn't rain.
Yeah, I'm wet because I got in the heater after getting
Yeah, so
demolished with snow.
yeah, I mean it's a really wet snow. California is famous for really wet snows.
So, right lane is moving.
Move. Yeah, it is. Are you gonna bump over?
Not with you leaning in front of my mirror.
Do you want me to do the window? There's a car right here. Stop. Good God. Okay.
Nope. There you go.
That was close.
He had his car off. No lights, black car. Good stuff.
All right, so yeah, we're getting clear because that's what the police officers do in the CHP.
He's trying to get by around the semi up here.
Yeah.
Two semis.
CHP coming by, so that's good. That's a good sign, guys. We're all not going to be stuck up here tonight. We were wrong, Brandon. We doubted CHP and Caltrans. Shame on us.
Maybe.
I shouldn't speak too soon, right?
I can't see it.
I'm trying to clear it for you with the window. All right, if you go now, you're good. You're good.
White car stuck. They're in a bad spot. Semi stuck.
So again, this is like a maze of chaos here, guys. All right, I am going to lose service when we get over to past the summit, so I'm gonna have to let you go. But I will say this: we are stuck because of a jackknife semi earlier. I think they've got that cleared, and now other cars that have been sitting here for 4 or 5 hours, which is where we've been. Everything's kind of been building up, so there's going to be numerous cars that aren't going to be able to move, and there's going to be a lot of semis that aren't going to be able to move because it's a momentum game.
And I'll let people in as long as they have four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Or else we'll be stuck behind them.
Maybe not that Toyota. They got a chain. So many cars up here with two-wheel drives don't have chains. It's just unbelievable to me. Like it's unfathomable. Yeah.
So hopefully he gets past the next semi. Look at my window.
No, we don't have any chains or snow socks. We have just really good tires and four-wheel drive. Brandon, let's ask this. Why don't you have chains? Why wouldn't you use chains usually? What are chains really good for?
Chains are really good for ice. And there's no temperature inversion here for freezing rain. So it's snow. And good tires do really good in snow. Now, if you got a semi or something and you're grinding that snow down into the pavement, then chains work great. If you got two-wheel drive, it's great. But that's why they make exceptions for four-wheel drive vehicles with no tires. But if I am in an ice storm, then I would prefer studded tires or chains. So
Yeah.
This is a snowstorm, not an ice storm.
Yeah. And I mean, we've been stuck up here once together. We were trying to turn around up on Donner Summit, and I had to dig us out.
Oh yeah. I thought it was stuck in like the traffic.
No. We've been stuck in many traffic jams.
Yeah, the one time was when a plow had plowed off the road, and I thought I was on the road because it was all plowed, and went to go turn around, and it was off the road, so we just sunk straight down, and we alternated. Mostly Jonathan did some digging. It was very similar conditions to this.
Yeah, it was brutal. But I dug us out. All right. Oh, that's our friend earlier. So that's a free service. They can tow you out. I wouldn't recommend it. It's an old school truck. Guy's been working all day. He has been putting in the work today. Good for him. Thank you, sir. So again, we prepare for this, guys. We have food, water, clothing, warm clothing, gas. We made sure we have, 3/4 of a tank at this point of diesel. We could go, 36 hours, you'd think, sitting here idling?
36 hours.
Yeah, so we're good. A lot of people, though, are not prepared. They either, again, just don't check the weather forecast before they make the drive in between point A to point B. And, I mean, this has been a well-worn blizzard, so, I mean, come on. Thoughts on a dual motor Tesla? As his friend thinks of driving up to Pinecrest tomorrow. Tell us where he is so we can get video. Pinecrest is...
Ended up by Resville?
Yeah, where is... Please tell us Pinecrest where it is. Top of Palisades in Tahoe.
Yeah.
No. They say that winds are 115 right now with gusts 184. I believe it.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that.
But yeah, I would. Oh, that's a disaster.
Multiple.
All right, so that's the problem, guys. You see that? They got stuck in with a drift and a plow path. Yeah, so we got to give him room so that guy can get out because he can move. But look at that truck, or that car is high centered in like snow, so they're gonna have to get towed out. I'd just keep driving. You're kind of blocking things, dude.
Well,
He's not gonna make it out. He's clearly not doing that. All right, so here's some, I don't know what that guy's doing. Yeah, he's high centered. Where's she shooting?
I can't.
Go, stop.
Stop it. I did. He stepped in front of the car. What do you want me to do? He's yelling at me to hurry up.
He's frustrated.
I know.
It's been a long night.
Trying to hold you guys.
I got
Trying
you.
to
I got
jockey
you.
in and out, okay?
I got you.
Right about the time he releases his badge,
I know.
go by.
I was going to let him go, and then you're like, come on. And I was like, all right. Shit, Joe.
I can't see anything. It's cutting my face so bad to even try to.
Yeah, it's brutal.
see who's coming in and out. Okay.
How many?
I'm not gonna move.
I got a rope if y'all need help.
I'm gonna send you. Just
Okay.
real careful one side.
All right.
In fact, hold on.